best way to do it. Today I'm going to be preparing for a recording that we're doing at Life Point Church tonight. I finally get to play some music. I'm so excited for that. I've really been missing it. I'm playing drums for this, which is going to be really fun. So I'm going to prepare real quick and kind of take you along with me on the process of preparing and also the process of, you know, getting there, setting up and all that stuff. So one of the things I recommend you do before you even listen to the songs when you're looking on your planning center is to see if your worship leader put any notes on there. Like if they want the intro to be bigger or smaller, or if they're cutting a bridge out, something like that. Make sure that you're looking for the notes and make sure that you're getting into those details so that you don't show up unprepared. I always say this. When it comes to rehearsals, you're there to rehearse, you're not there to practice. So practicing at home is highly advised so that when you get there, you're rehearsing, especially if you're doing a paid gig. Be prepared so that they can count on you and they'll ask you to come back. That's the best way I was able to get people to ask me to come back, was by being prepared every time I showed up, knowing the parts every time I showed up, being there on time, being a good hang, like have a good attitude. If you're just kind of moping around and you're on the phone the whole time, you're not conversating with some of these people, that's just not going to work, especially for me. It doesn't work for me. And I got to be honest with you guys. I am in nature very introverted. I like being at home. I like hanging out by myself. I thrive in that. Hanging out with other people is really fun for me. I love people, but it drains me. When I get home, I'm like, oh my goodness, I could sleep for like 50 hours. I say that to my wife all the time. She's like, no, you can't. I probably won't put that in there. What I try to do when I'm in situations, even if it's my home church, if it's a church that's asked me to come play, or I'm doing a live recording at a church I've never been to, I always try to fill the room, see what kind of personalities are in front of me, and make sure, not necessarily that I'm changing who I am around them, but make sure I am being good to the culture that they have at that church, if that makes sense. That's very important. Being good to a culture at a church is very important. It doesn't mean you're compromising who you are. It doesn't mean you're compromising your views. But if you're a hired gun at a church, you need to go in there with respect for the authority that's there. You need to go in there with respect for the worship team that's there, how they do things. Obviously, you don't want to hide your opinions. If you feel like you need to step up and say something, then definitely do that. I've done that many times when the worship team's struggling, and it's kind of like no one has an answer, but I feel like I know the answer, so I'll be like, hey, maybe we should do it this way, or hey, this is what refrain means on the multi-tracks, and this is what bridge means on the multi-tracks. Sometimes you need a musician to step up and say, hey, this is what this actually means, and this is how long this is going to go for. That helps if you're a drummer especially. So one of the things I like to do when I'm on the way to where I'm going is actually listen to the songs on repeat that we're going to be playing. This is a short commute, so like if I'm playing an hour away or something like that, I'll actually put a playlist of the songs together and I'll listen to them pretty much non-stop unless it's excessive and I'm like, okay, I got it. So I like to get these songs in my heart as much as possible. It kind of just makes it a little easier and a little nicer too, because, you know, I've got the flow of the song in my heart. Now it's just up to having fun and being able to worship and just being in community. So I'll see you guys there in a second. So we're back. That was really fun. It was really nice to hang out with everyone again and see everyone. That's one of my favorite things about doing what I do, playing on Sunday mornings and playing for churches, is the community, getting to know people, getting to hang out with people. It's really fun, different personalities and stuff like that. I really love the community of the church. It's really fun. But besides that, I think you're going to see that I kind of had to call an audible. Originally, I had a hi-hat set up. It was just a little bit too much because we ended up only doing 2 room mics, kind of going for an ambient and open sound, which I actually liked. We kind of strayed away from the polished sound. It kind of hopefully will give you more of a feel like you're in the room. It's kind of like a really raw set, which I think is really fun. And so I'm going to show you kind of what I did on the set. I ended up having to take a lost and found jacket and put it on the snare to dampen it a little more because I wanted to use the sticks so I can get some clicks on the rim. Those wire brush or those plastic brush sticks wouldn't have done that, wouldn't have given me the percussiveness I needed. So it was really cool. I honestly enjoy doing stuff like that because it gives me a chance to be creative, to think outside of the box, pull from my creative juices, and play differently, play in a different style, play a different dynamic as well. So that was really fun. I had a good time doing that. I appreciate you guys if you watched this far. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, share if you want to. Leave comments. I'd love to talk to you guys about your experiences and what you've done. If you're a drummer and you're watching this, tell me the craziest setup you've done on a drum set, and I'd love to talk to you about it. Love you guys.